What's up? You're watching Poots Garage. This week we are working on the XJ again. So the last video we redid the exhaust and the rear leaf springs after we destroyed those on an outing. This week we're gonna redo the rear shocks and get some bump stops up in there. The reason we are doing the rear shocks is because the mount is in my hand. Doesn't work when it's in my hand. So we completely ripped off the mount off the axle tube on that side, and this side is still hanging on for dear life. That happened because I hit some whoop section a little too hard and bottomed out the shocks a little too hard and completely ripped that bracket off of the axle. So now that the last video we did springs to get our broken spring situation figured out, now I'm gonna set up shocks and we're gonna do bump stops. Bump stops aren't too crazy. We're just taking the factory ones up there and just adding a spacer to them to bring them down a little bit. Our biggest goal is to keep these shocks from becoming the bump stops. So if we get bump stops before the shock bottoms out, then we're in a lot better shape. And since we got to re-weld and change everything around anyways, what we're also going to do is move these shock mounts up. I'm going to put them up even with the axle tube so that they're not hanging down and getting caught on stuff. And with the shock mount moved up here, you will tell that these shocks are pretty much bottomed out, just sitting there. And I even have longer shocks to put in this too. So we are going to go up through the floor. We're going to cut holes in the floor. Shocks are going to go all the way through there, and then we'll tie it into the roll cage inside the vehicle. Then we just got to figure out a way to kind of cover up the holes, almost make like boots or something, kind of like shifter boots, or I don't know, maybe we'll get creative, we'll see. Inside the Jeep, you'll see we have a roll cage in here, so where the shocks are going to come through is going to be up here in front of the box, and it should be, if my measurements are right, pretty much perfect to put a tube across, somewhere around 12 inches high, and then we can just tie the shocks into those. Race truck. So let's start working on getting these shocks on the axle tubes, and yeah, see where all this stuff's gonna land. The initial cuts are done. We're gonna go throw this up on the axle real quick, see how it's fitting. There's a brake line and stuff I gotta move out of the way, so yeah, I got a little bit of fitment to do, but bang, right there. My radius is good. I just got this brake line in the way. I can unbolt this clamp here and we'll make it clear one way or the other. All trimmed up, ready to go. It's basically gonna go on like that. And then, yeah, we're just gonna tack it on real good. We gotta make sure everything's set up before I actually weld it in completely. So we'll just tack it real good. Probably do the other side the same and make sure to get all the top stuff done too. Final welding will be a little later. We are tacked on. That one's looking good. Next, we gotta actually cut this one off because I didn't rip it off off-roading, so. This. Both shock mounts are tacked onto the axles, so we're good there. Now we need to go up through the floor. So I got to find out exactly where I want these things to pass through, where they're not going to interfere with gas tank or what else is there? The exhaust on that side isn't kind of in the way. I'm going to drill some holes through the floor where I want it, maybe in a circular pattern or a square, and then we'll go from the top, and then we'll actually cut the floor out from the top down just to make it a little easier than trying to cut through all that junk. Made some room back here, so I drilled my holes through, and it looks like I'm gonna be right here. So this area here for now. And if I have to, I'm probably gonna have to go a little bit wider and maybe longer, I don't know. This axle's gonna move a lot with leaf springs, so just gotta make sure we have a hole big enough that the shock's not gonna hit things when the axle's swinging around. the shocks are done. Look at that. Yeah, I kind of just busted it out. I got some help. You know, it was getting hot out here, so we just knocked it out real quick. Okay, it took a couple hours. But as you can see, these shocks are up there. They're a little closer together than I originally thought they would be. I was hoping they'd be a little further out, but they're not, and they're fine. That's perfectly fine for rock crawling and stuff like that. I guess more high-speed stuff, you'd want them more straight up and down, but they'll be fine for what we do. Haven't put any nuts on these ones yet, but you can see what we did. They are high behind the axle now, so they're a little bit more protected, and you can see where they just run all the way up through the floor. Right there. So the biggest thing that kind of kept me from doing them more further out was the exhaust over there. The exhaust is kind of blowing right on the shock. That can be changed later if needed, or I might just add a little, I don't know, heat shield or something to that shock just to keep the exhaust from getting to it. But that's pretty much it. Now I just got to figure out some way, figure out some boots or something to close those holes up, and then it's basically done. And we were kind of discussing bumps and stuff, the bump stops. I was going to add an inch spacer, but I think they'll be fine the way they are. The bump stop's going to touch like ½ inch before the fender, so then the compression of the bump stop too should maybe make it barely touch the fender. I don't know. I don't think those bump stops will compress much, so I think we'll be okay. So I'm just going to bolt those new ones on as is in place of those ones that are just completely missing right there. And that'll be quick and dirty. But yeah, it's working out really good. Everything seems to fit. As you can see, my gas tank is hanging halfway out. I'm actually taking it out right now. So in the process of cutting out these holes for the amount of clearance we needed, it might look unusually big, but we needed extra room through here, for one, just to get the shock on and off. The shock has to slide out to get off the studs, so needed room there, and this axle is going to move a lot, so it has got lots of clearance. When we did that, we lost our hold downs for the gas tank, which is this one here, and the other one, they're just a J-hook, basically, like these, with a strap going underneath the tank. We kind of lost those. So I always planned on mounting this gas tank halfway through the floor, so apparently I'm being forced to do that right now. So as you can see, we're just kind of disconnecting everything. The front end's all disconnected, fuel lines and sender, that's easy. We're just working on getting these fuel filler hoses off, and then this tank will be out. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to cut out the floor of the Jeep to the shape of this inner shape inside the lip, and hopefully drop this tank into the floor, and then this lip, this pinch seam or weld, whatever you want to call it, around the edge will sit on the floor. And then I'll probably make a metal frame that actually sits on top of this with bolts, and that'll like sandwich it to the floor and it won't move. So it's something I've always wanted to do, always wanted to try, so we're being forced into it now. But that's where we're gonna call an end to this video. You'll have to watch the next video as we put that fuel tank through the floor and make all my life dreams come true. Something like that. Talk to you later.